How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit the bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams right on the channel. Also, if you guys would, please head over to Twitch. Follow me there at Douglas447. I'm streaming there at least once a week, whether it's for Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, Destiny 2, or anything else you guys suggest for me to stream over there. And if you guys have any movies or shows you guys want me to watch review here on the channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. And in this video, we're going to be talking about positives and negatives, talking about the brand new Resident Evil movie that just came out recently, Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. This film came out in 2021, and it is rated R. And I will be honest with you guys, I had zero expectations for this film. I wasn't excited, but I also wasn't like, oh, this movie's going to be bad. I just I wasn't like ecstatic to see it, but I was like, okay, it's Resident Evil, I'll watch it. There wasn't really all that much hype nor marketing coverage for this film to begin with, which doesn't help with people's perception of, is this film going to be good or bad. This movie really didn't get any coverage, and when people were watching the one trailer in theaters, I didn't hear anybody say, yeah, that looks good, let's go watch it. I heard people like, oh, look, it's another zombie movie. Whoop-de-doo. Me personally, I've played every single main Resident Evil game, and I've played all of the offshoots. I've played every single thing Resident Evil game-wise that you can think of. And the Resident Evil film saga, I thought was very good and sometimes very average. Personally, I find Resident Evil 2 to be the worst out of all 6 of those. Either way, I was kind of hopeful. I was really hopeful that this reboot of the franchise as a film saga was going to be great. So, 2 questions that I know a lot of people have been wanting to know is this film good for fans? No. Is this film good for normal moviegoers that have no concept or idea of what Resident Evil is about? No. So I'm going to dive into explaining why it's not a good movie for Resident Evil fans of the games or anything Resident Evil lore-wise, and why it's not even a good movie for general moviegoers that are trying to go in, see if they can get hooked into the Resident Evil universe and or just to see a good zombie movie, because unfortunately it's not. First of all, this movie requires tons of Resident Evil knowledge to understand what's going on. First big problem is that this movie is cramming in tons of stuff from Resident Evil. It's cramming in Resident Evil 1, 2, and a little bit of 3 from the games into a 90-minute adventure. And a reason that this movie doesn't work super well for normal moviegoers is the movie doesn't give you a lot of character development, and it forces you to have game knowledge. So if you don't know who these characters are and you have no idea what their backstory actually is for, like, Chris, Jill Valentine, Claire, Leon, and Wesker, if you don't have any past knowledge of these characters, this film doesn't explain to you who they are, what they've done, and when it does do so, it butchers it. Like, they change certain things, especially about Leon. Leon's character is completely destroyed in this film, and I'll get into that in a few minutes. But there's no good characters. At the beginning, the characters were good, and then they became great, and then they became crap. And it's like that cycle throughout the entire runtime. They go from good, great, crap, good, great, crap, good, great, bad. And it's just like... The film also contains an exuberant amount of fan service. Unfortunately, it doesn't have anything new or original that actually is good, that adds to the film. So this film, unlike Ghostbusters Afterlife, this film is relying solely on fan service and brand recognition to actually try to stand on its own 2 feet. And because of that, having no originality and nothing that actually is new or interesting, and anything that is new or interesting it comes out wrong, and everything that has been pre-established by all of the past games, they butcher. This film does have some great action, but it takes about an hour to get to it and to get past the boring moments. Like I said, this movie is about 90 minutes long, so it takes 2/3 of the runtime to actually get to the stuff that you actually want to see. If you do end up seeing this movie, there is a pretty cool post-credit scene for a possible sequel, which I probably will not watch. I know this is going to sound really weird, but even though this film is actually it's a little more faithful to the source material of the games, I would rather watch the 6-film saga of live action that we've already gotten than trying to watch these characters grow in character arcs, because I don't care. Like I said, the film was rated R, and that's because of an overabundance of language that the film could have done without, or just, fix the script and actually get a writer in that knows how to do some actual dialogue. And the gore. There's tons of gore. It's Resident Evil, but the gore is matched perfectly. It goes in hand with the games. So that really didn't upset me. The overabundance of language, though, it's like it eventually just got numb to my ears, but I'm like, okay, this is really bad. Let's talk about Leon. Leon was garbage in this movie. In this film, he is considered to be a complete bumbling idiot, but in the games, he's not. In this film, he's a complete bumbling idiot, and they just completely disrespect his character and his lore. Like, they make it where he ended up shooting his partner in the bum, and that's not in the games. If it is, okay, I don't like it, and they can cut that out. I don't remember that in the games, so you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. And all the acting from all of the actors and actresses is just super flat and uninspiring. I don't know who I was supposed to be rooting for, but I knew who I was supposed to be rooting against, and unfortunately, Leon was a character that I was rooting against, which shouldn't be something I do in Resident Evil. This is a C-flick film with no horror elements, no jump scares, and it just relies on a ton of action sequences to try to keep you invested, but the action sequences are just boring and predictable, and you know what's going to happen. A plot hole that I want to discuss in this film is about the T-virus outbreak. So this plot hole has to do with the very beginning of the movie, where they establish very early on that the T-virus is in the city's water supply. The T-virus, the virus that turns humans slowly into zombies, it doesn't happen immediately. Whatever. The virus is in the water supply. Unfortunately, Umbrella allows the city to remain open to the public for weeks, which allows the T-virus to escape Raccoon City. And so by the time Umbrella does the whole lockdown the city with the quarantine procedures, the T-virus has escaped the quarantine zone. And so setting up the quarantine barricade to try to contain the T-virus is completely pointless, and it's not going to solve any problems. And it seems like the person that wrote the script for this movie had a good intention at the beginning, but at the middle and the end, they forgot what they established at the beginning. So that's a very big plot hole, because the water supply has been contaminated by the T-virus, and the water supply, because it's been contaminated, people are drinking it, and people are coming and going in and out of Raccoon City. So the T-virus is basically everywhere, even before the beginning of the film, which just makes zero sense. So I guess they're going to skip all the way to, what would it be, Resident Evil 3 events, and they're just going to really just zip through what's going on. Honestly, guys, this film should have been a straight-to-TV movie. This isn't something that should have come out on DVD, Blu-ray. It shouldn't have been released in theaters. This is a watch once and done for most people. I can't even say watch this film if you're a fan of Resident Evil. Some fans are just gonna love this movie, no matter its flaws that I discussed or anyone else will. Sorry. Yeah. Not feeling well. I don't think this movie should have come out in this state. I think it needed a lot more time in the oven to be made, and a much better writer and a much better director. And the casting for this movie, except for Chris Redfield, I think they did a great job casting him, but everybody else in this movie I don't think was cast properly. And it just goes to show that not every single game needs to be translated into a movie. And I'm going to keep sticking with the Resident Evil saga that I've already gotten for the past 20 plus years. That's in my collection. No matter how good or bad they are the Resident Evil movies that me personally I grew up with. And I feel like they're making this for the quote unquote next generation. And I don't like it. It's not for me. I may check out the next one just to see if they actually improve, but I'm not excited for it after this travesty of a Resident Evil movie that I have watched. So I'm going to give Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City from 2021 a 2 out of 10. I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Bye.